Hello scholar, this is Dr. Riaz and today I will discuss about the action research design. Research means to research is comprised of two words, re and search. So we have to find a new thing. Now we will discuss the key point of action research. The key points are first point is purpose and use of action research, type of action research design, characteristic of action research, step in conducting action research study, and evaluate action research design. Now we will discuss all these 5 points one by one. So first of all, what is action research? According to Mail 2000, we can define action research is a systematic inquiry done by teacher to gather information about and subsequently improve the way their particular education setting operates, how they teach, and how well their students learn. So, action research is actually about teaching and learning in the class. When do you use action research? So, most of time when we when teacher have educational problem to solve, for example, a physics teacher has a problem in a class and his student could not understand the scientific phenomena. He find the different strategy and then he decide, if I use the simulation to understand the conceptual understanding of the current passing through the wire, the student can understand. So now he has solved the problem, and such kind of solving the problem is called the action research. Educator also conduct action research when educator want to reflect their own practice and they see their practice is right way and they are doing well. When head teacher want to address school-wide problem, they conduct the action research. When teacher want to improve their practice in teaching, they conduct the research. When educator want to participate in a project, they conduct the research. So we conduct the research when as a teacher, educator, and investigator. How do action research develop? So mostly action research started in 1970. And in that era, in service day, the teacher staff development activity, the most of the action researcher conduct the research. In 1980, a school-based set council conduct the action research and research. In 1990, the mostly the teacher education educator, they use the action research for the professional development and for the professional inquiry of the teacher. In 2000 on teacher and school inquiry type of research is very popular in the world. So most in nowadays action research are conducting locally in different areas. Type of action research design. Action research design has two types. One is practical and other is participatory. In practically, a type of research is that in which we study local practice which involve individual or team-based inquiry. We also focus on teacher development and student learning, and we implement a plan of action and learning to teacher as a research. So this is a type of practical action research. On the other hand, in participatory, we study a social issue that constrain individual life, that emphasize equal collaboration, and we also focus on lifelong enhancing as an action researcher, resulting in the implicit researcher. So this is a participatory research. The most these two practical and participatory participatory. These are two types of action research. Practical action research, mere dialectic research, may design a very beautiful research spiral. And he said, first of all, develop an action research plan, identify area of focus for your action research, then collect data for, for the action research. In data, you can get data from the using questionnaire, observation, interview, and whatever you want. And then analyze data and interpret the data and find the result. So this is a beautiful spiral of a dialectic action research. Now, participatory action research and participatory action research deliberately explore a relation between the individuals and others. Participating people conduct a study on themselves. For example, the teacher conduct this research in their own class to improve their teaching practice and learning. Educator conduct research for their own need. It's a so there is a practical and collaboration. It's also implicitly challenge for procedure of conducting research. Participate action research help individuals free themselves from constraint found in media, language, work procedure, and power relation. Participation research are reflective or dialectic, which focus on bringing about change in practice. So, main purpose of action participating action research is to bring the change in teaching and learning in the classroom. Sting, a expert of action research, design a research interactive spiral, and he said, think, look, and act. So it's the best way. Think mean to think in your brain what's the problem, and then look what is the possible solution of the problem. Then find the best solution and implement that the action. Now we will discuss the key characteristic of action research. First, action research is a practical focus because it solves the problem of teacher and education. Other characteristic of action research is the educator research on practice. They collaborate and it's a dynamic process. A researcher make a plan. That's other characteristic. And other characteristic of action research is sharing research. So most of the teacher they share the research. For example, head teacher conduct the research and share with other head teacher. Similarly, when teacher conduct the research, they share the other teacher. But such kind of research is sharing locally. Practical focus, a problem that will have immediate benefit. So most of the teacher and educator and community they single teacher, school community, they solve the problem in local area and in location, in the classroom, in the school, and in communities. Study of educator researcher on practice. So it's a self-reflective research by the educator researchers turn the learn on their own education classroom, school, practice, and it's a very useful for solving the local problem. Collaboration is very key point of the action research. So collaborative team of action research are student, community stakeholder, parent, administrators, staff, and teacher. So all these collaborative team work together and they solve the problem in the teaching and learning. Action is a dynamic process. Dynamic process of spiral back and forth coming reflection, data collection, and action. A dynamic process does not flow in a linear pattern. It does not follow a casual sequence from the problem to action. It's a very simple technique. What's a plan of action? The plan action researcher develop a plan of action. A plan may be formal, informal. It involves a few individual or entire community. It based upon the needs. A plan of action may be presenting data to stakeholder, establish a pilot program, or exploring a new practice in the school, community, and class. So, sharing of action research, the group of stakeholder like the teacher, educator, a parent, administrator, and all they share the research with one another to solve the problem. Local school, educational person, and local individual also share the research with local level. Sharing research not specifically interested in publication, but in sharing with individual group who can promote the change. So most of the action research does not pu- publish in the journal because this kind of research is conducting locally. The problem only one phase in which the center is first identifying problem, collecting data, evaluate existing data, and taking action. Now, what are steps in conducting action research? So these are four steps. First is determine if action research is the best design to use. Second, identify the problem to study. Third, locate resources to help address the problem. And after that, at the end, identify the information you will need in after finding the result in action research. Taxonomy of action research is that action research data collection technique has three E's. The first E is experiencing. Through experience, the researcher takes observation and field note. He participate observation. He take active participant. He provide privileged and active or passive observer. Second, inquiring. Action research data collection technique. Second technique is inquiring when the teacher asks informal interview, structural formal interview, questionnaire, attitude scale, standard test, and the third E is examining using making record, uh, exploring document, find information in journal, map, audio and video, artifact and field, and such kind of technique mostly used in the qualitative type of action research. What are steps in conducting action research? First, implement the data collection, then analyze the data, develop the plan for action, implement the plan and reflect and that the action research. And if you could not find the result that are favorable for your improvement, your education, then repeat these steps again and again until you solve your problem. How do you evaluate action research? Action research, does the project clearly address a problem, issue in practice that need to be solved? Do the action research collect sufficient data to address the problem? So, if we have less data, we could not apply this action research. Did the action researcher collaborate with other during the study? Was there respect for collaborate? So there should be respect between collaborator and all the collaborators. They should work as a team for conducting the action research. How do we evaluate action research? The action plan action advantage by researcher built logically from the data is the evidence that the plan of action contribute the researcher reflection as a professional. Has a research enhanced the life of participants by empowering them, changing them, providing them new understanding, and if you have achieve these objectives, then your research is successful. Otherwise, repeat the process of action research until you can get the result. How do we evaluate action research? Does action research actually lead to change a day-to-day solution to the problem, make the difference? Was the action research report to audience who might use the information? So it's a responsibility of action researcher to share the information with the other people with whom he is going to conduct the research. Thank you very much.